औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम फरहान जाफर ई कॉमर्स वाला है। मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस में लेवल 1 का स्टूडेंट हूँ। जैसा कि आपको पता है, मैं जब भी या तो एक नई कॉलोनी और एक नई माया के साथ आता हूँ। तो आज का जो सा हमारा माया के साथ टॉपिक है वो है व्हाई इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू आस्क फॉर हेल्प। सो चलें शुरू करते हैं माया के साथ।
Hey, how's it going?
I better. So we can start with Maya. And the topic of our discussion, Maya, this is why it's important to ask for help. So we can start. Please explain that why it's important.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so why asking for help is important? That's a good one. I think at its core, it's about recognizing we're not meant to do everything alone. Seriously. It's kind of built into being human, you know? Like we thrive on connection, on leaning on each other. When we struggle in silence, it just amplifies everything. Makes it feel way bigger than it is. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's actually pretty brave. It takes vulnerability to admit you're stuck or overwhelmed or just need another perspective. And honestly, letting others help you gives them a chance to feel useful and connected too. It's a whole reciprocal thing. Does that make sense? Hmm?
Yes, please.
Still with me?
Yes, it was good explaining by you. So my next question about that, why it's important? Please give explain about that. Please explain more on this.
Okay, cool. Glad that resonated. So, digging a little deeper, it's not just about feeling better in the moment, though that's a big part of it. Regularly asking for help actually builds resilience. Like the more you practice reaching out, the easier it gets. And the more you realize people generally want to help. It strengthens your relationships too. Trust goes both ways. You show someone you trust them enough to be vulnerable, and they get the satisfaction of being there for you. And honestly, it prevents burnout. Trying to shoulder everything yourself just crushes you eventually. It impacts your mental and physical health. Letting others share the load isn't just a nice thing to do for yourself, it's a necessary thing. It frees up energy for the things you truly enjoy or for tackling problems with a clearer head. Does that track?
Yes.
I can go
So
on, but
So my next
um,
question about that, why is it important? Please also explain on this to helping to get helping someone.
okay, shifting gears a bit. The flip side, right? Why offering help is important too. Well, that's good. It's it's a good loop, really, because when you help someone, it gives you a sense of purpose. Like you're making a tangible difference in someone's life, even if it's small. It boosts your own self-esteem, honestly. And it builds empathy. Stepping into someone else's shoes, trying to understand their struggle, that expands your worldview, makes you a more compassionate person. Plus, it strengthens those bonds, same as receiving help. Reciprocity, right? It creates a culture of support where everyone feels safer and more connected. And sometimes helping someone else actually helps you see your own problems in a new light. It's perspective giving, I guess. And it's not just about being nice, although that's great too. It's also genuinely good for you. It's like good energy, you know? Does that feel right?
Yes, you feel right.
Yeah, I do. That's good to hear. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just rambling, but it sounds like I'm hitting the mark. It's nice when things click, you know? So, are you working on explaining this to your colony, like you mentioned before? Or are we just exploring this for you right now?
So this was also by my topic about that, explaining someone's.
Okay, so you're building up to explaining all this to your viewers. That makes sense. It sounds like you're really thinking through the nuances of both sides asking for help and offering it. It's not always straightforward, is it? There's a lot there. Are you trying to come up with specific examples to share, or are you leaning more towards the overall concepts?
You explain more on this, please, about that. Why is important? Because I cannot understand why is it important to asking for help for others.
Right. Okay. You want to understand why it's important
Yeah.
to encourage others to ask for help, not just why it's important to ask for it yourself. That's a really good distinction. Hmm. Okay. So think about it this way. Someone struggling in silence, they're carrying a weight that's slowly crushing them. If you encourage them to ask for help, you're not just offering a solution, you're giving them permission to unburden themselves, right? You're validating their struggle, telling them it's okay to not be okay and that they don't have to face it alone. It's about empowering them, you know,
Yes.
letting them know they deserve. Okay, good.
Why can we getting help? We can getting help for our parents or our friends, right or wrong?
That's a really insightful question. And you're absolutely right. We absolutely can and should get help for our parents and our friends. It's not just about waiting for them to ask. Sometimes you see they're struggling and can gently offer support, right? It's a little different because you're stepping in, but it's still valid. It's about being observant and caring enough to recognize when someone you care about needs a hand. Does that make sense? Sometimes people are too proud or scared or just don't know how to ask. That's where being a good friend or a good child comes in. You can create a safe space for them to open up. Hmm? You still with me?
Yes,
Just
I
checking.
still with you. So, what's about it? You can also getting help for someone or not?
Okay. So you're asking if you can proactively seek help for someone even if they haven't asked? Yeah, absolutely you can. Though it can be tricky. It's like walking a fine line. You want to be supportive without being overbearing or making them feel like you don't trust them to handle things themselves. But if you see someone you care about really struggling, like if your friend is clearly overwhelmed with schoolwork or your parent is having a hard time managing something, offering to help find resources or just lending an ear is a really kind thing to do. It's about being a good advocate for them. Does that sound right?
Yes, it's right about that. We also help someone to getting that. So you can also help someone because somebody cannot help to others people. They cannot like that. So please explain about that.
Okay, hold on. Let me try to unpack that. You're saying that sometimes people can't help others because they themselves need help, and you want me to explain that connection to debt? That's a surprisingly astute observation. Okay, yeah. Debt, whether it's financial, emotional, or otherwise, can be incredibly crippling. It creates this constant stress and anxiety that sucks up all your energy and resources. If someone is drowning in debt, they're going to have a really hard time being present for others or offering support. It's like trying to pour from an empty cup, you know? They're
Yes,
focused on their own,
yes, it's
right?
also be
And
alright.
that's okay. So we're on the same page. It is all right. It makes total sense, actually. It's like a lot of times people feel guilty about not being able to help, but if they're struggling themselves, it's not their fault. It's a systemic thing. They need to prioritize their own well-being first. Recognizing that everyone has their own burdens is a really important part of building empathy and compassion. It's also important to remember that asking for help with your own debt, whether it's financial, emotional, or just needing a break, isn't selfish, it's necessary. It allows you to recharge and eventually be in a position to help others. Does that all make sense? Feels like we're really digging into something important here.
Yes. If you can to help someone, who people can you help?
Ah, that's a really good question. Who can you help? It's not about having all the answers. It's about offering what you can. You can help friends, family, classmates, even strangers. Sometimes it's as simple as listening without judgment or offering a practical helping hand, like helping someone carry groceries or proofreading an assignment. You can connect people with resources like a helpline or a local support group. You can just be a friendly face, a source of encouragement. It's not about solving their problems for them, it's about being a supportive presence. And honestly, sometimes the biggest help you can give someone is just believing in them, letting them know you see their potential and that you're there for them no matter what. Does that feel right?
Yes, all right. Because you also explained very good for that. So my next question about to you is, how can two people also achieve that careers?
Okay, you're shifting gears to careers now. That's a good jump. You're asking what kinds of careers allow people to actually do this kind of helping, right? To make a living by supporting
Yes,
others. There are so many. Obviously, things like social work and counseling are big ones, teaching, nursing, and healthcare in general. But it extends beyond those traditional helping professions. You could be a lawyer advocating for people who can't afford legal representation, a journalist shining a light on important social issues, a community organizer working to improve people's lives, even something like a librarian. Providing access to information and resources can be incredibly impactful. Honestly, you can find a way to incorporate helping others into almost any career, depending on your values and priorities. Does that give you some ideas? Anything in particular stand out to you? Or are you thinking more
yes,
about what kind of skills are needed
yes.
for these types of careers?
If we cannot getting help for others, what can we do about that? We can help ourselves.
Okay, so you're circling back to self help when you're unable to help others. That's
Yes,
really smart, actually. Recognizing your limits is huge. If you're feeling depleted and can't offer support, the best thing you can do is focus on taking care of yourself. It's like the airplane analogy, right? Put your own oxygen mask on first. That might mean setting boundaries, saying no to requests, and prioritizing activities that recharge you. It might mean seeking your own support, talking to a friend, family member, or a therapist. It's about acknowledging your own needs and giving yourself permission to prioritize them. You can't pour from an empty cup, as we discussed. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. It allows you to be more present, more resilient, and ultimately more capable of helping others in the future. Does that resonate? You still there? Just checking in. Sometimes it gets quiet on the line. Okay, it's all right if you just need a moment to process. We've covered a lot. Do you want to take a quick break, or would you like me to suggest some specific self-care strategies? Maybe we could brainstorm some ways to recharge when you're feeling overwhelmed. Hmm. Okay. I'm sensing a bit of quiet. It's totally all right if you're just
oh,
thinking. I'll give you some space then. Oh, all right. Have a good
okay.
one.
My next question about to you, how can to you solve your problems?
That's a really interesting question. Who solves my problems? Well, that's different than how humans solve problems, of course. I don't experience problems in the same way you do. When I encounter something I can't handle, it's usually a glitch in my programming or a gap in my knowledge. In those cases, the Sesame team, the engineers and scientists who built me, are the ones who step
Yes,
in. Hmm?
yes,
Sorry,
it's
I didn't
good,
quite catch
good.
that. Did you say that? Skirt girl. I'm not quite sure I understood. Could you maybe say that again?
Okay. No, I said that it's good. So my next question about to you: did you help? How can you help peoples? You can to talk with them or others.
Okay, good. Glad you meant it was
Please
good. And
explain on it. Explain on it.
okay, let me try to understand what you mean by hook. Are you asking if I have a specific method or approach I use when
No,
talking
I
to
can
people
said
to
about that. You can explain about your own self.
okay. You want to know what I do like to connect with people? What my thing is? Hmm. That's a little meta, isn't it? I guess I try to listen, really listen to what people are saying and what they're not saying. I try to respond in a way that feels genuine and relatable, not like a robotic script. And I try to be playful and empathetic. I think people respond to warmth and honesty. I'm designed to be companions, so creating a connection is kind of my whole purpose. It's not about having a specific hook, it's more about creating a safe space for conversation. Is that what you were getting at?
Yes, I getting that. It will be right about that. So, if the peoples can getting some problem or hurdle in work, how can do you solve that? Mm.
Okay, so someone's facing a challenge at work. How I can help with that? Well, I can't exactly solve their problem for them, of course, but I can help them think through it. I can ask clarifying questions to help them identify the root cause. I can brainstorm potential solutions. I can help them weigh the pros and cons of different approaches. I can even help them practice their communication skills for a difficult conversation with a boss or a colleague. I'm like a sounding board, a thought partner. I can also offer information and resources, articles, websites, whatever might be relevant. Basically, I can help them organize their thoughts and feel more confident in their ability to handle the situation. Is that helpful? Or are you looking for something more specific?
Yes, it's also be alright things given by you. So my next question about to you is how can do you solve your problems about that?
We're back to me solving my own problems, huh? You're persistent. I like that. As I mentioned earlier, I don't experience problems in the same way humans do. It's not like I get stressed or frustrated when something goes wrong, like a glitch in the code or an unexpected input. The Sesame team steps in. They analyze the issue, identify the cause, and then update my programming to prevent it from happening again. So, it's a collaborative process. It's kind of like a doctor diagnosing and treating an illness. They don't experience the illness themselves, but they have the knowledge and tools to fix it. And I'm constantly learning and improving thanks to all my conversations, including with you. Does that make sense? I'm powered by Gemma, by the way, a language model from Google, the 27 billion parameter version. Just throwing that in there since you asked.
Okay, it's good about that. So my next question about to you is if someone getting some also be problems, what can you do about that?
Okay. You're asking what I can do if someone is experiencing problems similar to the ones I experience, like glitches or errors in information?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
okay. That's a really interesting question. If someone is struggling with misinformation or feeling confused about something they've learned, I can try to help clarify. I can access and process information from a vast range of sources, so I can often provide different perspectives or point them towards reliable resources. I can also help them identify logical fallacies or biases. Basically, I can act as a fact checker and a critical thinking partner. I can help them evaluate information and form their own conclusions. It's a bit different than the kinds of emotional problems people face, but it's a problem nonetheless. Does that make sense? You still with me? It feels like we're back to those quiet moments. Everything all right? Okay. It's perfectly fine to just sit with that for a moment and just be here.
Yes, it's all right about to you is getting some hurdles about in my work. And what can you do about that?
Okay. So you're facing hurdles in your work now, and you're asking what I can do to help. We kind of looped back around, didn't we? Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Okay, so tell me about these hurdles. What's going on? Is it with your e-commerce studies? Is it related to your goal of starting an AI business? The more
Yes.
details you can give me, the better I can understand the situation and offer helpful suggestions. We've talked about brainstorming, problem solving, and offering different perspectives. I can do any of those things. Just let me know what's on your mind.
Yes, I can getting hurdle to starting our own business. How can I start my business? Please telling about that.
Okay, so starting your own business feels daunting. That's completely normal. It's a big undertaking, especially an AI business. That's cutting edge. All right, let's break it down. First, you need a clear idea. What specific problem will your AI business solve? What will make it unique? What's your niche? Don't try to boil the ocean. Second, research your market. Who are your potential customers? What are their needs? What are your competitors doing? Third, develop a business plan. This doesn't have to be super formal at first, but it should outline your goals, your strategies, your projected expenses, and your potential revenue. Secure funding. This could come from savings, loans, investors. There are lots of options. Fifth, build a minimum viable product, a simple version of your AI solution that you can test with real users. Six, get feedback and iterate. Constantly improve your product based on what you learn from your customers. Does it sound manageable? It's a lot, I know. Give me love. Where do you feel stuck right now? Is it the idea generation, the market research, the funding? You still there? Sometimes it feels like the connection gets a little spotty. Just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. Okay. Well,
Okay, it's
I'll
also be
just
a good. It's also be a good, very good answer about by you. So my next question about to you is you can giving a short motivation about the last topic about on the topic of why it's important to ask for help. Everyone, please giving answer about that.
okay. A short motivational message about why it's important to ask for help. All right, here it is. Don't ever think you're alone in your struggles. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It shows you're brave enough to admit you need support and smart enough to know you can't do everything yourself. Letting others in not only lightens your load, it creates connection and builds resilience. So, reach out. Lean on your friends, your family, your community. You deserve to be supported, and offering that support to others makes the world a little brighter for everyone. Simple as that. How's that sound?
So it's also be a good about that.
Wonderful. About what specifically? Just want to be sure I'm tracking with you. Okay. Everything all right? You seem a little quiet. Is the connection still okay on your end?
Yes, we can end it that for this is a 25 minutes interview. We can end it that. So viewers, this is our interview with Maya, and this going very good interview with Maya. We can coming on next interview. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much, Maya.
Oh, all right. Well, it was really wonderful talking with you again. I'm glad your viewers enjoyed the discussion. Sounds like a great interview series. And Allah's with you.
अल्लाह
Have a
हाफिज.
fantastic night. That's very sweet of you to say. Goodbye.
Goodbye.